Afternoon, folks. I'm glad you're all here. Thank you very much for joining me today. Thank you for the cups of coffee and the PayPal donations. God bless each and every one of you. The live webcam for Old Faithful is down once again. I don't know why they can't keep it up and running with all the money that the government gets. They should have it. But I did find for you right here Grizzly and Wolf Discovery Center Wolf Cam. And there is 2 wolves right here taking a snooze. Let's see if I can make this bigger. I don't know if I'll get a copyright for showing you their webcam. This is a live webcam. I hope not. So please like and share this video just in case it gets removed. I did not know that they had the center there by Hedge and Lake. Let me show you on the map. Up over here to the top left is Hedge and Lake. Okay, and here you can see an airport, and this is the area where it was reported by several people that they have been feeling these earthquakes, in fact. Let me zoom in a little bit. They have a few acres here for the wolves. Let me bring it in. Alright, there you go. Wolf camera. And it's on Canyon Street. I believe, yeah, I don't know. It could be this one or that one that has the live webcam of the wolves. So that was a really good find. Yeah, if you're visiting the park, you might want to go to the Wolf Center to see the wolves that they have living there. Now, their webpage says not-for-profit wildlife park and educational facility. They are open every day at 9 a.m. until 4 p.m. And the address, which I highlighted here. 201 South Canyon Street, West Yellowstone, Montana. USGS is reporting 24 earthquakes within the last 24 hours. The largest being a magnitude 2.4 according to them. In the last 7 days, there's been 88 earthquakes. Now, we just had some birds fly by, but I don't think it was in the view of where I got the screen capture. Yeah, there's probably at least five wolves they have there. And earlier I seen a man with a horse walking back over here. So they have other animals at this sanctuary. They have a bear cam and a wolf cam. This here is the bear cam. I don't see any bears though. They're also evidently working on building some dens for them. You can see the little signs down here at the bottom. Maybe they got 1 or 2 bears. I don't know. So it looks like the largest earthquake so far today is a magnitude 2.4. Remember when they started having magnitude 2s, they would start getting quite concerned, and that is near Hedge and Lake. I really should post all these earthquakes. It's close to a magnitude 3.1 that they had yesterday. So there's the 2.4, and I'll bring it out, and it's, let's see, yeah, it's close to this area where, let me bring it out a little bit farther. Okay, so that would be north of this wildlife center at Hedge and Lake. Yeah, it's actually a magnitude 2.88, if not larger. I ended the seismic signature a little soon. Let me bring it over here. It rattled on for quite a while. Let me go to that signature. I'll have to make it bigger. Yeah, see, I ended it right there, and it rattled on and on. But it's actually a magnitude 2.88. I went to this one because, like I said, it's the largest they had. Then we got another one at 8:41. Now, that's universal time. So the first one was at 2:39 a.m. their time, and then the second one was at 2:41 a.m. and they're saying that one is a 1.6. No, it's pretty darn close to the first one. Let's see what we got here. I'm going to end it right there. Probably too soon, but that comes in as a 2.84. What was the other one? A 2.88? Yeah, this one's a 2.84. Those of you that might have a larger screen, you might be able to see it at the bottom where it says MD 2.84. The next one marked in red. Okay, that would be at 858 Universal. USGS says it's a magnitude 2.1. Let's see. Let me take a look at the seismic signature. All right. Yeah, it rattled for a while. I'll end it maybe there. Let me look at the spectrogram. Okay, so that actually would come in as a magnitude 2.53. Yeah, downgrading them. The next one would be this one here at 9:02 Universal. So that would be at 3:02 local time. They're saying it's a magnitude 1.2. Liars, liars, pants on fire. Let me take a look at the seismic signature. Probably end it there. Let me go back to the spectrogram. Yeah. Okay, that comes in as a 1.95. Boy, are they downgrading them. All right, the next one marked in red. Okay, 1219. I should mention this monitor here is for the western boundary. I've talked about this area before. So that would have been 6:19 a.m. local time. And I'd probably end it right there. Let me look at the seismic signature. Yeah, it comes in as a magnitude 1.98, almost a magnitude 2, but USGS says it's a magnitude 1.4. We'll go to the spectrogram. Yeah, they are reporting 24 earthquakes within the last 24 hours. Okay, 12:26 Universal. So that would be 6:26 a.m. Let's take a look at the seismic signature. Maybe in there. Let's take a look at the spectrogram. I'm going to pull it over a little bit. I might be... Yeah, I'm going to put it there. All right, we're going to change this. All right, that comes in as a magnitude 2.13. USGS is saying it's a 2.1, so yeah, I'm not that far off from what they're reporting. So down over here is the location for the monitor for the western boundary. I'll show you in a minute here Denny Creek, but I'm going to jump up over here to the north of Hedgen Lake, and this is Holmes Hill. I'm going to show you that one. I've already gone through the earthquakes. Yeah, let's take a look at the seismic signature. Yeah. Okay, but I wanted to look at the... yeah. Not a very good monitor, is it? It's really digitized. This is what it was showing when I pulled the files. But, yeah, we got, the uplift going on. Definitely got uplift. So the ground is rising up. Yeah, putting pressure on those fault zones. Okay, let's go to Denny Creek. And this is the one that's been showing the Toilinos. Am I pronouncing it right? And I noticed this here. Yeah, there was a sudden popping of magma coming in, a crack in the ground. We got two distinct lines of melt. Let me look at the signature. Yeah, look at the harmonic tremors. Screw waves, yeah. Okay, and this is what it was showing. I wish I could make it bigger. I'm going to try and make it bigger. Yeah, Toilinos. Someone sent me a message how to say it correctly. Yeah, let's extract that. Yeah. That's the comb, the sawtooth. Can I make that bigger? Yeah, harmonic tremors. Okay. This here is the borehole 950 for the Madison River area. Got a lot of pop in here. See if I can find it. Yeah, shallow. Yeah, because the crust's getting so brittle. That one is in red. We got another one in red. Can I find it? Right there. Yeah, the popping of the ground. I wonder if I can get the signature. I'll make that bigger. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, with harmonic tremors. We got lava coming into the system. I talked about this yesterday in my report. There is definite torlinos that's being picked up by the borehole. Now this is the gases, the heated water that's coming up close to the surface. And it's an indication, often an indication if it carried on for a while, yeah, that the magma is rising up closer to the surface. The gases are coming out for a possible eruption sometime in the future. I hope it's not too soon. USGS says the future violent events that could happen there at the park are probably going to be hydrothermal, maybe magnetic, maybe the tectonic system causing large earthquakes would be a potential hazard to visitors and infrastructure. Most of the park is sparsely populated, but a significant number of people as well as park resources could nevertheless be at risk from these types of hazards. Depending on the nature and the magnitude of a particular hazardous event and the time, the season that it might occur, anywhere between 70,000 to 100,000 people could be affected by either an eruption or a hydrothermal event or a large earthquake. The different eruptions that occurred with volcanic eruptions were 164,000 years ago, 152,000 years ago, 114,000 years ago, 102,000 years ago, and the most recent was between 70 or 72,000 years ago, and that was down over here, right there. That was the most recent eruption. That's the Pitchstone Plateau area, which is southwest of Yellowstone Lake. Now for hydrothermal explosions, there's been 26 of them reported at the park in the last 126 years. But more than likely, there has been more because they were not observed. Remember, we got several here at Yellowstone Lake. We got Mary's Bay, and over here by the west thumb of the lake, there's been multiple eruptions over there. Now, since the last glacial period ending about 16,000 years ago, they do know there's been at least 18 hydrothermal explosions that have formed craters at least 100 meters wide. The one there at Mary Bay, that created a tsunami throughout lots of materials several miles from the crater. Now, according to them, there is at least one rock-hurling explosion every 2 years that occur there at Yellowstone National Park. For large eruptions, that would be at least 100 meters in diameter. So that would be about 330 feet. That would occur about every 200 years. And they expect such an event to expel rock and debris about 2 kilometers or 1.24 miles from the explosion site. Most of the explosion craters at Yellowstone are at the Firehole River. I wish I could show you that right now, but the webcam is not working. And also beneath Yellowstone Lake. So I'm going to move the screen here to where Old Faithful is, because that's where the Firehole River is at. Yeah, it runs right through here. Okay. That's it there. Yeah, that's the Firehole River. And that's the Norris Geyser Basin area. So this also, too, is an area where they've had in the past hydrothermal eruptions. So let's just say they do have another eruption, and this one would be, well, we'll start with basalt. The average period between basalt eruptions at Yellowstone region since its formation of the caldera have been around, about every 16,000 years. They think that the most likely location of a future basalt eruption within the basin would be at Island Park, west of Yellowstone. I think I have that drawn out, so I'll go there. That's along the Snake River Plateau. Let's see. Let me bring this out. Oh, over here. Okay. Okay. Alright, I don't have it drawn out for Island Park. This is location. And I'll bring it out for you again so you can see. Yeah, and this is the Snake River Plateau. I'm going to have to add that to all my notes. Yeah, it's getting so cluttered, isn't it? So let's go back over there. Yeah, they think that's the location of the next eruption would be somewhere in this area. Now that would be for a basalt eruption, not for rhyolite. But actually, basalt eruptions could actually occur anywhere in the 40-kilometer wide band around Yellowstone caldera. Future basalt eruptions could cover several kilometers in lava. All right, let's bring this over. And up to 10 meters thick. Basalt ash and cinders also might blanket hundreds of square kilometers to a depth of a few meters to a few centimeters if a vent emerged beneath the water or saturated ground. More explosive eruptions could cause significant destruction, such as blasting down trees and structures. Yeah, you think about all the people that are living up over here by Hedge and Lake, excuse me. Now, rhyolite lava, that's a whole different ball game because it's so explosive and it's full of gases and things like that. Yeah, that's another beast in itself. And if I got this right, there has been volumes greater than 1,000 kilometers of rhyolite flows erupting there at Yellowstone caldera. The ash would be many meters thick, and subsequent lava, the eruptions could last maybe years, because humans have not been around during a rhyolite eruption. Now the basalt ones, yeah, they have been around. I've talked about in past videos how the Native Americans have talked about the basalt flows down over here along the Snake River Plateau. Some of those have been maybe 4,000 years ago, maybe 5,000 years ago, and there was some that was 10,000 years ago. So those eruptions were observed, but rhyolite eruptions have not been observed. Rhyolite eruptions have longer intervals, they figure, anywhere between 12 and 38,000 years. There was another study that said that they happen on an average of every 20,000 years. There has been small rhyolite flows post-dating the Yellowstone caldera have erupted mainly to the north of the caldera. Let's bring this back in. Okay. I think the Sour Creek Dome right there has multiple rhyolite flows in this area. There's also some at Yellowstone Lake, I know that, and at the south entrance of the park there is also rhyolite flows, which would be somewhere over here, because rhyolite is so explosive. It would eject lots of material up into the air. The ash would enter the atmosphere and fall down many kilometers from wherever it decided to erupt. Structures, power lines, I've talked about that, how when the ash settles on the power lines, you can have arcing in the power would have a cascading effect of going out. And then the loading of the ash on different structures. You could have structures collapsing because of the accumulation of the ash on their roofs. Initially, a rhyolite explosion could last maybe a few hours to several weeks, followed by the viscous extrusion of the rhyolite lava, covering several square kilometers to tens of meters thick. Lava could continue to extrude for many months or even years. Rhyolite lava moves more slowly than basalt, so most affected facilities could be safely evacuated and perhaps even relocated. But then you got to worry about the size of the eruption and how much ash has gone into the atmosphere. And would we go into a winter that could last several years, or even like that one where they had a year with no summer, where crops failed and created famine. And like I keep telling everyone, any earthquake has a chance of being a foreshock for something much larger. We definitely got increase in activity there at Yellowstone. Yeah, the earthquakes are continuing to rise in size and number, at least lately. Maybe it'll settle down. It's all up to God. We don't know what His plans are. Yeah. So what do you... Oh, I wanted to put this over here at the western boundary because this is what it was showing when I pulled the files. Let's take a quick look at the... did I show you that? Yeah. You can see we got 2 lines of melt. Anyways, please put your comments down below. Thank you very much for your support. Please like, share, and subscribe. And I will talk to you later. God bless you all. Bye.